Viking goddess, the legend of Freya. Do you know the origin of the word Friday? Like other days of the week, Friday was named for a mythical god, a Viking goddess, in fact, named Freya. Like Greek mythology, Viking legends feature their own collection of gods and goddesses. These stories are known as Norse mythology. In the Greek saga, King Zeus rules the gods on Mount Olympus. The majestic kingdom in Norse mythology is called Valhalla. Here, Odin is chief of the gods and ruler of the universe. What role did Freya play in this hierarchy? With a name that means the lady, Freya was the goddess of beauty and love. She embodied the spirit of untamed nature. Usually depicted as a strawberry blonde with piercing blue eyes, Freya had a darker side. She was also the goddess of war and death. How do we know so much about Norse mythology? The same way we discover anything about history, by analyzing artifacts. Unfortunately, the Vikings did not record their stories. Instead, they were storytellers who passed tales down through generations. Centuries later, Icelanders saved Norse mythology from dying out. Archaeologists have unearthed two important relics. Both are Eddas, or literary collections. One is a book of poems, and the other is a Viking textbook written by a 13th century monk. Other artifacts, such as mummies, pottery, or weapons, give us scientific details about our ancestral history. But stories convey the culture of ancient peoples too. Myths tell us about people's values and describe how they explained the natural world. One story about Freya suggests that Vikings developed religious stories to help them deal with the pain of death. As leader of the Valkyries, a band of ruthless female warriors, Freya had the right to claim the souls of half the war dead. Down onto the battlefield she would swoop in her golden chariot driven by two blue cats. Freya escorted brave souls to her otherworldly home to fulfill their destiny, to spend eternity in playful, recreational fighting. This notion of the afterlife was used to forge a distinct warrior culture. Freya's symbol is the brisingamen, a necklace made of gold, amber, and rubies. One day, Freya stumbled upon a cave where 4 dwarves worked at a furnace. As she watched, they created a necklace of incredible artistry and detail. Using her beauty, Freya persuaded the dwarves to give her the necklace, but she failed to notice that she had been followed by the trickster god Loki. When Loki told Odin about the necklace, Odin ordered him to steal the necklace. Freya pleaded for its return, and Odin agreed, but on one condition. Freya must stir up hatred among mortals and initiate a war without end. Freya agreed. Perhaps this story symbolizes one Viking explanation for war. It is a tragic result of men's greed and quest for wealth. What else can the myths of Freya tell us about the life and times of the Vikings? As we read Norse mythology, what can we recognize about ourselves?